Giorgio. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. This is the first time that we've ever used the webinar function, so I hope that everyone stays with us and gives us some, thanks you for your patience in advance. So we are here today on May the 1st, 2020 for an extraordinary ceremony to celebrate 9 of our graduate students. So I'd like to kick it off with Dr. Rizzoni.
Well, good morning, everyone, and it's wonderful that we can get together, even though we can't quite do it physically, but it was a wonderful idea, and I really thank Jennifer and Colleen for making all of this possible and for coming up with the great idea of having a graduation ceremony of sorts. As you can see, I decided that since I don't get to wear my gown on Sunday, I would do it here at home and make it look official. So it's really a pleasure to be able to share our thoughts with you and to also hear from you about your future and your experiences. I will say a few more words at the end of this to send everyone off, but at this point I welcome everyone, and I hope that some of your family members may be in attendance as well. And I would like to ask Professor Canova to say a couple of words. He's been certainly a great leader for all of us in advancing our education programs, and so I think you should say a few words as well.
Well, thank you very much, Giorgio. Also, thank you to Jen, Colleen, Stacy, everyone from CAR for organizing this event. Well, it's a great day. We've been through a lot that I can tell, but one of the things that it's remarkable is despite all of the disruption and the difficulties that we have been through, well, we survived another semester, and you have accomplished a lot during this semester and during these years. Many of you came from India, from China, from other countries. You've left your families, you've left your friends to come here and pursue an education and fulfill your goals. Well, this is it. You've done it. Congratulations to all of you for being persistent, being so hardworking, and sometimes also for putting up with our crazy personalities. So this, it's a great time. It's a great moment for you, and we are sure that this experience that you had at CAR was positive and pleasant, but was also useful to prepare you for what's ahead of you. And if there is nothing from CAR that helped you to be ready for your career, geez, you're surviving a pandemic. So I think you should pat yourself on the back.
Awesome. I second all of that. So I'd like to take an opportunity and list all of the graduates who we are celebrating today. And then what we're going to do is we'll go through a slide for each of the graduates. We've also been doing some social media posts to highlight each of these remarkable students. Some of them have chosen to share, kind of their thoughts on what they've done. We'll also give them an opportunity if any of you want to speak up and talk a little bit about who you are and what you're going to be doing. You're more than welcome to do so, but you're more than welcome to not do so. So we'll go through and I don't know, Marcello or Dr. Rizzoni, would you guys like to maybe announce each of the students? Go through this list and then we'll go through the slides for each one.
Sure, we can do it by advisors, so to speak. I am very pleased to see that Vijay Anil has completed all of his requirements for the master's degree. He had worked on the CERC truck program and has been a great participant and collaborator in all of our projects. Matt was really primarily advised by Kadir Ahmed, and he's also been a real asset to us in launching the cybersecurity lab. Marcello, your turn.
Yeah. Chitra was fundamental in the FCA lithium-ion battery modeling project. She came on board when the project was already halfway, working in a large team. She was able to very quickly find her voice and surge to the leadership role in this project. And we're very proud to see her here graduating with a master's degree, and hoping that she would like to continue with us with a PhD.
And I'll say a couple of words about Sai Ganesh, who was, I think we need to give credit to Dr. Matilde Zarpino for being the person who followed Sai throughout his studies. I did my small part in serving as his academic advisor. Sai was extremely busy, wrote a fantastic thesis on the focus of aging of batteries, and he assisted Matilde in the Ford Fastor project, and was really a pleasure to work with. I see that Greg is on the list here, and I know that just earlier this week he had his final defense. He did exceptionally well. I'm speaking on behalf of Professor Sean Midland-Moeller, who really was his primary advisor. And Greg was co-advised by the two of us. Greg has a long history. He started becoming engaged at CAR as an undergraduate student, as sophomore in the EcoCar program, had all kinds of leadership roles in the EcoCar program, and has more repeats than Michael Jordan. He's been really quite an amazing talent for us, and a really pleasant person to work with. I'll continue with Tian Pei. Tian Pei, I cannot forget when we first met. We connected a long time ago in China, and he decided to join Ohio State to do a master's degree. And then one day he walks into my office and says, "Professor, this PhD thing looks interesting. What do I have to do to continue?" At that time, he was working with Jiyu Zhang on a DOE project. And since then, he has worked on 2 different programs funded by Ford, doing exceptional work. And it's been a true pleasure to work with him. It seems that I have to continue because Kadir is not here, so I'll say a few words about Sahib. Sahib joined us relatively recently, just in the past year. He was an outstanding student in many of the classes we taught, and worked with Kadir on a number of different projects, and we're hoping that we wish him the best in his future career. Marcello, you can talk about Zach, I'm sure.
And Zach as well has a long history here with us. He started years ago as a member of the Buckeye Current electromotorcycle team. He went on a full ride from a bachelor into the honors program, then into the BS2MS program. And then he graduated, he's graduating today with working on a project that had to do with fast charging in collaboration with FCA. And he's, unfortunately, we were not able to retain him because FCA swooped in, made him an offer. So he will be starting soon at FCA. Maybe one day would be our project manager. So he will kick us in the butt in the future.
So I would like to, I see that Kadir is not visible here, but maybe he can, oh, there he is. Fantastic. So Kadir, roll it back and talk about Matt and Sahib, who really were students you advised.
Kadir, I just unmuted you, so you should be able to go.
Yes, I wasn't able to unmute myself. Okay, let me see. Yeah, now, yes, now it seems a regular Zoom because before that I was like, I couldn't do anything.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Okay, so talking about Matt, I think I will give a history how I started interacting with Matt when I was teaching a course on control systems in ECE on the control systems. He was one of the students who used to fight for his marks. Why did you took these marks off? I think I did right. So I remember him getting back his marks, and then he showed up after graduating. I want to work with you on some research projects. Then I said, okay, why not? Let's get on to some of the topics that I was looking on cybersecurity. And since then, he has been very instrumental, very much like I would say, he was leading the effort in coming up with the concepts and what we have been doing in cybersecurity lab. What he defended in thesis was a little part of it. He had done much more, and I believe upcoming students will still continue what Matt had with the style of Matt, essentially. And with this, I would move on to Sahib. With Sahib, I had a very good interaction on the Cummins project. He first started discussion when he got his internship on the Circ Truck project, but when he came back from the internship, we had an opportunity for him on the Cummins project. Since then, he was, I think he was with us, let's say 2 semesters, but last semester or this semester when he graduated, he had to really work hard on his thesis. In the last month or two, he had to pull out his thesis, many other deadlines when it comes to end of semester. So very good job on thesis completion. And now I'm pushing him more for some other deadlines. So I think that was all from
Thank you,
side.
Kadir.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect. And last but not least, a few years ago, a young lady walked into my office asking whether perhaps I might have some opportunities for research. And she was coming from the electrical and computer engineering department. She and Matt are the 2 students from ECE in this group. And I decided she seemed pretty sharp, and I decided to give her a chance. And the next thing you know is we are doing this big project with FCA on a topic that would not be routine for an electrical and computer engineering student related to evaporative emissions in automobile emission control systems. And at the end of a few years of really hard work and many internships with FCA during those years, Ruochan recently defended her dissertation doing something that is a first, as we expect of our PhD students, to actually apply machine learning techniques for doing modeling and diagnosis of evaporative emission control systems, while at the same time publishing paper in fuel and chemistry journals. It's pretty phenomenal what she has done. So she, I think, represents the spirit of what we like to do here at CAR, to broaden our students' background and turn them into really talented researchers. And that's true of all of the students we have presented so far. And at this point, I think I'll close on that note and we can move on to the next phase.
Wonderful. So thank you all for your remarks. We are very, very proud of all of you students for all the hard work you've gone through. So what we'll do next is each of you are going to have a slide. I'll just stay on it briefly. So if you don't feel like speaking, we'll go ahead and move through. If you do wish to say something, please feel free. I believe I've given all of you the opportunity to unmute yourself or talk if you'd like. But if you don't want to, that's completely fine. But here we go. Here is the CAR class of 2020.
I don't see VJ on the list of people who appear here. I don't know whether he is in or not.
He is.
Good.
Everyone is here. All of our graduates are here. We're going to move on to Matt Apple.
Hello.
There he is.
This is Vijay. Yeah, I was not able to unmute myself for a second.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. I just want to say a big thank you to the whole CAR family. I started working in January of 2019 with the CERC team advised by Professor Rizzoni, who went on to give me the exact area of interest that I wanted to work on, which worked out excellent in a really, really good manner for me. It was a steep learning curve, although I was able to catch up with the whole team and finally conclude with a decent thesis as well as a publication. So I'm thankful to the whole CERC team and the whole CAR family for making this a very smooth experience. And out of my graduate school experience, I think I got everything that I wanted out of it in terms of stimulating research, amazing caring advisors, great friends and colleagues, financial security, especially as an international student, as well as a sense of belonging in the whole CAR family. So I'm thankful to everyone at CAR and MAE for providing me with such a wonderful experience, which turned out to be a lot better than anything that I desired out of my graduate school experience. So that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you. That was fantastic. So since, in case you guys can't unmute, what I'll do is I will unmute each of you as I move to your slide. Again, if you don't wish to say anything, that's completely fine. We'll just give everyone a chance to read what you have on your slide, and then we'll move along. So we're going to go next to Matt Apple.
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay.
I think we can hear you, but you're real quiet.
Okay, so I'll try to talk a little louder. I guess I don't know. The microphone's not been working too well. But yeah, if you guys can hear me, I just really don't want to say too much. Mostly just a big thank you. I know Kadir kind of talked about how we met in the beginning, and it's been a pretty great journey ever since. Worked on a lot of topics and done a lot of research and a lot of learning on things that I truly never really thought I would get into before I got into the program. So a big thank you to everyone, and I'm just grateful for really all the relationships I've made over the past couple of years. I know the cybersecurity at CAR Lab is the main lab that I was involved with, but just across the way was Driving Dynamics Lab and all the research that's going on there, and made a lot of good friends in there as well. So a big thank you to those guys for a lot of their help and a lot of their support and a lot of the collaboration that went on. So again, thank you. Eternally grateful. I couldn't have done it without the help of my advisors, Dr. Rizzoni, Dr. Ahmed, and all my friends, and especially Pradeep sitting there every day for the past 2 years helping me even build the lab when we first made it. So I am extremely grateful, and I thank you, everyone.
Wonderful. We're glad you're still going to be basically in the neighborhood, so you'll be real close when you stop back. Let's go with when you stop back. So we're going to move on to Chitra, and I will apologize. We don't have a lot for her slide. So Chitra, if you feel comfortable and wish to say anything, you're more than welcome to. I think I have unmuted you.
Thank you. Yeah. I would like to take this opportunity just to thank everyone. CAR, more than just a research environment, has been like a family where, I mean, your advisor and professors are always there to help you out with research work, but even your colleagues are always there, advising you, having a great discussion, and just helping you pushing in your research, as well as, you know, taking out the time to feel very comfortable in the environment. So I would just like to thank everyone for all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We're happy to have had you. So we will move on to Sai Ganesh.
Good morning, everyone. Are you able to hear me?
We are. Thank you.
Okay. So, yeah, good morning, everyone. Thanks for organizing this to the whole CAR family. I think this is such a nice gesture for graduating students during this pandemic. You guys are doing the best you can, and it's pretty happy to be in this place to, you know, receive this from you guys. The journey at CAR has been like really good for me personally, because I started off with a focus to work on the line of interest, which is batteries as such. And I had been given the opportunity by Dr. Rizzoni and Dr. Matilde Dapino on the Ford Faster Charge project. I think my graduate studies have gone pretty much as I expected it to go, and a decent thesis also turned out in the end. So I'm happy about that. And I'm forever grateful to all the friends and colleagues and everyone at CAR, because like a part of what I am today is because of the experiences I had from my CAR journey. And further on, I'll be joining as an engineer in the engineering development group at MathWorks in Natick, Massachusetts. I'll be joining in July, so I'll stick around CAR for another 2 months maybe, and then I'll say goodbye. So yeah.
Wonderful. Well, we certainly hope we can see all of you in person before you actually head off and enjoy the Northeast. I hope that you have good snow boots. That's all I will say from having lived there a little bit myself. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. We will move on to Greg Jankard. And Greg, you are unmuted.
First, I'd just like to start off by saying that I hate that picture. I'm also getting a lot of feedback. Is that just on me, or?
It's fine from my end.
All right, then I'll just go ahead and talk through it. Yeah, so I do hate that picture for sure. Never really enjoyed that one. I just want to echo the same sentiments that everyone else has said. I really appreciate all the opportunities that a unique research facility like this is offered. That's why I decided to stick around when I pursued my PhD. And really the unique opportunities that EcoCAR has presented, but being able to couple that with some of the detailed research that other groups are doing within our facility as well. So that's really all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Wonderful. Fantastic. Well, we will move on to, hold on one second. This would be Jennifer's opportunity for technical difficulties. All right, we are going to move on to Tian Pei. And Tian Pei, if you want to say anything, you are unmuted.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I suppose everyone can hear me. It's been quite a while. I came to CAR from 2014, staying here for 6 years, so it's really unforgettable experience here. I actually know CAR like way before I came to US. Like Dr. Rizzoni mentioned, we met in China in my undergrad university. He was there giving a lecture talking about CAR facilities and other different groups of research. So it kind of interested me a lot, giving me motivation to come here. I would say, like, honestly, if permitted, I would like to continue like graduate study, like sometimes forever. That's really kind of my thought. And I know it's not realistic, not to like having a long time forever, PhD study, but it's really kind of unforgettable experience here. I don't really want to put an end on it. So I really want to thank Dr. Rizzoni and Kadir for their support and help during my PhD study. And I also would like to thank everyone at CAR. Really made a lot of friends, and we've been having fun most of the time at CAR. Sometimes have hardships, but you guys are giving me help and support that make me get through of all of this, and it's overall very satisfied experience here. And that's it. I really want to thank everyone. And currently looking for a position, and we will see how it goes. Probably will stick around. Depends on when the pandemic is over. I hope we could like have a physical celebration somewhere. So that's it. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, like we said, that is definitely our hope as well, since this is these are extraordinary times for everyone, but especially you guys, to have sort of a muted ceremony. But we definitely appreciate that. You can always, Tian Pei, go with the David Cook career trajectory, where you just stay, which has worked out really well. So, that's, I think, always an option. So we will move on to Sahib, and let me make sure that I have unmuted you if you wish to say anything. Hold on one second.
Hello.
Perfect.
Good morning, everyone. I first of all want to thank the organizers for this wonderful event. It definitely makes us feel very special, and of course, like everybody said, it's a true honor to be a part of the CAR, and same with me. Like it's been really a great journey so far, which was initially pretty challenging as I was finding research, trying to explore different areas in my first year. But yeah, with my advisor's support, Dr. Kadir Ahmed, I think the whole process, even though it was very challenging due to very tough deadlines and all, but he made it very smooth. He supported me through the tough times. And yeah, I'm truly happy I'm graduating with a solid thesis, all because of his support and kind encouragement. And apart from that, I want to thank all my teachers who really taught us good stuff in the class. Like, we are really inspired from them, Dr. Canova, Dr. Rizzoni. It's been really great to be your students. We'll always cherish it. It's been a true honor. And I wish, we'll stay in touch. And thank you again, everybody, for making this possible. This graduation couldn't be possible without the support of you all. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. We're just excited to be able to celebrate you guys a little bit. Wonderful. Well, we'll move on to Zach. And first, I'm going to make sure that I can unmute you appropriately. And then here is Zach.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys for organizing this. This is very nice. And then just briefly, I want to express my gratitude for all the opportunities and experiences I've been able to have because of CAR. From the student project teams up to the graduate research, it's all been extraordinarily beneficial to me as an engineer to learn and develop. And I'm particularly grateful for Professor Canova. He's been with me through every step of the way, from my undergraduate research up to my graduate research. It's really been a great experience. So thank you all.
Wonderful. And last but not least, we have Roshan Yang. Let me just make sure. Perfect. We're going to move on to Roshan.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you for organizing this. It's very sweet. I would like to thank my advisor first and foremost, Dr. Rizzoni, for offering the opportunity to join the CAR family in 2015 when I was looking for some research areas. And he's been an amazing advisor throughout my research over the past few years. I really appreciate his guidance. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the CAR staff and researchers at CAR. Without Jim, Bill, or Darren, I wouldn't be able to do any experiments on the test vehicle, and Prashant helped me a lot with borrowing his environmental chambers. So they've been amazing and make time to help me with my stuff. Also, I would like to really thank everyone at CAR for being very sweet family, so that I can keep my thoughts straight during the journey and be sane at the same time. I made a lot of friends, and I really appreciate their support mentally and physically.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much. I just say, just as a personal aside, Tianpei and Roshan were already at CAR when I started, so it will be very weird to go back and not see you guys, both of your faces for sure, just because you've been there the entire time I've been at CAR, but we will definitely miss all of your faces. And again, do hope that you remember that you're always part of the CAR family and can return. So we will go to Dr. Canova with the presentation of our graduates.
Wow. Feels a lot of responsibility, Jen, for doing this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
we'll get better.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience on this, okay? So I apologize if I'm not up to the task.
You'll be perfect.
It's our pleasure on behalf of me, Professor Rizzoni, Dr. Kadir, and all of the researchers and staff at CAR to present these extraordinary graduate students. And I would like everybody to join me in congratulating them for their accomplishment and wishing them all of the best for a great success in their careers.
Wonderful. Yay, everybody.
Yeah.
So we will move to Dr. Rizzoni for closing remarks. And then just as a reminder, we are going to be doing a celebratory toast. So please have the beverage of your choice nearby so we can do that properly. Even if it's water, it's okay. And we know it's early. Dr. Rizzoni?
I will just close very simply with re-emphasizing the words that many of you have spoken already. You have been with us not just as graduate students, you have been part of our family. The success of CAR and of the College of Engineering and of the Ohio State University is really all predicated on students. Without students, there is no university, there are no graduate programs, we couldn't do research. So you represent for us the beating heart of the enterprise. It is a moment of great happiness for us to see you graduate and wish you the best in your future, but we will miss you as well. And this is part of our cycle after so many years of being a professor. You're always a little sad to see the young men and women you have worked to grow over the years leave you. But we are confident that what you have learned in working with us and in being part of the CAR family will serve you well in the future. And I also would like to hope that you will not forget about us. I will just give you a small anecdote. In the autumn semester, I will be advising 2 incoming graduate students. Well, one is already here, the other one is incoming, who are the children of 2 graduate students I advised in the 90s. So don't forget about us, because we're becoming multi-generational now. Mike Engelman and Griffin Leistenring are the sons of 2 students who did master's degrees with me many years ago. Don't forget about CAR. Stay in touch with us. We can help you. You can help us. And I also wanted to say, this is a tongue-in-cheek a little bit. I get asked by students very often, may I join your LinkedIn network? And what I wanted to say now is that you're now my colleagues. And so please send me your LinkedIn invitation again, and I will accept it. And so we can continue to be connected for years to come. And I forgot about the toast, so give me 30 seconds. I'll come right back with a glass.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Well, if you haven't looked at the chat message or the chat window, we do have one. And there's some notes from some of the research faculty and staff that, again, there are a lot of people at CAR that probably the students don't know, at least by name or kind of by role. But I think we all know each other just by our faces. Going through the hallway, meeting in the kitchenette, meeting at the water fountains, or the bathroom. So I know that while we might not know each other really, really well, we at least do recognize, we know the hard work that you've put in, because we literally see the many hours that you have spent in the building with us. So we just, again, are very proud and excited of you, and or excited for you. So we will go to our congratulatory toast, if I could speak. Dr. Zoni.
So, to all of you, with best wishes for bright futures. I know you all will have bright futures, and we hope to be able to play a small part in your success in the future as well. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Ooh, I should drink. It's not real if you don't have a drink. Well, thank you everyone for participating. Thank you to Drs. Rizzoni, Canova, Ahmed, and everyone from CAR who came to participate, but also mostly to our students, to their families for supporting them and allowing them to spend some of their time with us and trust your care to us. We are going to end with Carmen, Ohio. We aren't going to make anybody sing. Don't worry. I won't do that to you, but I am going to share a video that, if I can figure out how to. So again, bear with me on this one.
Just kidding. I can't play Carmen, Ohio.
No, I can't play Carmen, Ohio. But what I can do, there's Ireland, is, oh gosh, I think I just closed it. So give me two seconds. Dr. Zoni, you go ahead and chat for a second. Oh, here we are. I found it. I do have it. Wonderful. Oops. Well, thank you again, everyone, for participating. That concludes our virtual graduation ceremony for today. And we hope to be able to celebrate in the future sometime this summer. So please stay tuned to all that. And we hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you and best wishes to all. We'll see you in person, I hope.
Yay.